Hello everyone and welcome to Bevan's Bricks, and I am trying to speed along and do some stuff real quickly. One of the first things I want to kind of do tonight, I thought I would go ahead and stay over here for just a little bit, is I want to play around with an idea for some kind of a swamp tree. So what I'm going to be doing, if I can grab some, there we go, because I am just thinking like maybe some old school tree work. When I say old school tree work, I mean simply using a few arch pieces and where are we at? There you are. A few arch pieces and just put a little greenery and stuff on them. We'll even use some brick too, just to kind of do a really simple, quick, basic tree. But part of what I want to do also, let's see, I want to use some plates too, or some wedge pieces. Slopes, that's the word I'm looking for. And Fox Leader, hey, how you doing? I'll have to check that out on the short there, Fox Leader. Darla Bricks, hey, hello. Brick Sargent, Brooks Bricks, R. Claxton. Good evening, Steve Weiser. John Garrett, hello, my friend. And wow, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, you are reporting from a new location, buddy. And hello to Amarillo, Texas, my friend. Kyle Knapp says, hello, my Lego Yoda should be built pretty soon. Very cool. Anthony Perot says, not sure you ever heard of banyan trees? They're beautiful and challenging, I guess, to build with Lego. No, I've never heard of those, so I will have to look into that. But like I said, tonight, what we're going to be doing, and let me get a few pieces, because like I said, we're just going to do some real quick, basic, simple trees. Just real quick trees. After I find a few more parts that I want, I like to use some of these palisade pieces. There we go. Instead of me trying to stand over at the build area, I thought it would be easier to make a few different trees over here, and then we could kind of transmit over to the build studio, the city display, and change it up a little bit. And I don't want that one. But what I might want, let's see how this looks first. And let me get a few, if I have any. I have this color, which might work. And looking for a few snap bricks in brown. Maybe possibly. Color, you know what? I am just going to, if I can get it out of here, bring the whole drawer over here to the build table. That way I might be able to just kind of fish through it. Lego Joe just got a ton of stickers for Jurassic Park. That is awesome, buddy. Hey, how you doing, Papa's Bricks? Still Saber, hello, hello. Paul S. Anthony says he was, excuse me. And like I said, I will have to look those up. You know what? Let me try and see. Banyan tree. Let's see what it looks like. And that is definitely an interesting looking tree, my friend. Those are very, very cool looking trees. You know what, just so you guys can kind of see what I am looking at, this is what I'm looking at. This is what he's referring to as a banyan tree. And I was kind of thinking something like that. So you might be surprised at what I'm about to do. Let's come back to the build though, because what I'm going to do is, like I said, first let me get kind of a basic trunk going. And we're going to call this a banyan tree then, because what I intend on doing, as I'm sure a lot of you guys may or may not know, if you haven't, check out my website. I do sell a variety of different Lego tubing. Now this is not official Lego tubing, but this is tubing that is compatible to Lego. And what I'm wanting to do is I was going to try and make a tree with that wiry kind of hanging from it. I was thinking more willow tree type look, but we'll call it a banyan tree. And let me switch this back over so I can see you guys talking. What is up, I dig 222? And I thought, and I am not seeing any, I thought I had more snot bricks than that, but I am not seeing them. Doobie 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 doo. Why are we not seeing them? Oh, hey Redcoat Kyle, how you doing, buddy? Matt says, oh crap, it's that Greg guy. He always ruins the party, doesn't he? I'm just teasing Greg. You don't ruin the party at all, my friend. And I got that set. This is going to be for that little swamp area that's behind Privet Drive, so yes. That is the intended location. If I can do something that I like. And let's go, so I want to do like a combination of bricks and other stuff, you know what I mean? I want it to, I don't want it to just be simple. Let's do this guy here. Let's do him here. Let's do that there. I want this to have a little texture, not a ton, but I do want it to be a little texture of a tree. And that's why I say I'm going kind of old school. And we're gonna just using, I'm using palisade bricks to give me that somewhat of a textured look for the tree. And I think we can put, you know what, let's do a little bitty dude here. And we'll put this guy up in here. We'll put this up in there. I'm trying to kind of build it up, so to speak, and make it strong as I go. I don't know that I don't think I have a Swamp Monster minifigure. It is something I can look into, though. And there goes Paul Bot to ruin. Here he comes to wreck the day. Hey, Paul. The bot is here, he says. You better watch out. He is here to harass in full stream. And that is going to, will that work? Actually, I think that will work. Here I come to wreck the day. Let me get some, because I have an idea in my head and I'm trying to implement it, and it's not quite cooperating the way that I really wanted it to work with me. But when we have an idea, we must try to implement. Implementing ideas is key. Good evening, Frank and Bricks. Fred Christie, hello, hello. And what if I do that? We go like this. I'm just adding a little bit of yellow to it, just to add a little bit more flavor. Just to see how it's going to look, if I'm going to like it, all that kind of good thing. Mayo says maybe he should find the Lego tree huggers. Nope, not tree hugger. You got to have trees in the city, though. And let's put you kind of that way. And let's do that. And let's go ahead and put another little yellow piece up here. And add another little yellow one in here. And then what I was thinking, maybe, possibly, let me get a little plate. We should have one. There we go. I almost wonder if I should go a lot taller on that. But we'll take that. And now just to show you guys something, if you ever buy this tubing that I get, it does come with writing on it. What I generally do though, and that's why I always have rags laying around, is you can take a rag and you just wipe it right over it, and that writing comes right off. I generally try to wipe that off before I mail it, but if you ever order any of my tubing and it has a little bit of writing on it, just remember, just get a nice terry cloth and it will come right off. And I want to get a few more pieces. Hold on one second. I want to get some of these. And then I want to get, again, let's just bring this over to the table. Ewok's Village trees, those are some pretty cool trees. Which Ewok Village? Or are you talking about the really big trees? That Ewok Village, I think, is what you mean. Do I want to use the, I was hoping I had, I don't see them, but I do have a ton of this. Let me see what I can kind of implement here. Let me take, let's just cut a small piece. And it, Greg says it will be a little happy little tree. There you go. Try and do it this way. I think I'm going to have to go a lot bigger with what I have in my head. But we're still going to try it like this anyway. Let's cut a few more little pieces. And again, bear with me, guys. I am not being very particular on the lengths I'm cutting stuff. No place like no homes. Hey, how you doing, buddy? And yes, Greg answered that question for me. I live in Michigan. And it's going to be a little bit of a pain to do, but kind of liking the viney look that I'm getting. And Paul Bott is also correct that it is in the northern United States. Just south of the Canucks. Brick Sergeant, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Brick Sergeant just donated $2. Get in there. Eccentric Bricks, dude, thank you so much. Eccentric Bricks just donated $5. This says, hi Daryl, your tubing worked some awesome on my rig mock. Thank you for shipping it out so fast. You are awesome. And again, thank you for ordering, my friend. I'm glad to hear you liked it. That is kind of what we're trying to play with right now, but I'm not sure I'm feeling it as much as I want to, but we're still trying. So I'm trying to make those trees, it's like kind of like a willowy tree. Greetings to Germany, my friend. And let's... I almost think pulling some of these away. Let me grab a few more leafy pieces. And where are they at? We are going to rip this open just so I can get some greenery. I forget what this was even from, but it's a bag of parts. And here's another bag of parts. Let's get some of those out of there. I'm almost thinking if I take and put a few leaves together and then I could click the top one, is kind of what I'm starting to think now. Maybe that would work better. Like, let's see. Let's go ahead and do this. And let's put one more right here. So let me cut a few more of these little pieces. So like I said, I want to have kind of like a, I don't know what else to call it except to say a willow tree. I see you guys are mainly talking to each other, so that's good. It makes it a lot easier for me to keep up on comments. And shove this through. Awesome, that's awesome, Eccentric Bricks. What's the commission for? And we want to have some varied lengths. So let's do a couple, because what I'm thinking, just to show you, by me doing that, I'm still kind of on the fence on it, but I'm trying to make it more swampy looking, you know what I mean? So I was wanting to do a bunch of trees with stuff like that hanging, and then I could even put some stuff like this on the bottoms. I can put some shoots on the top. You know what, let's bind it up a little. Make it thicker. And That's what I'm kind of trying to do. I don't know if it's going to look right though. Janet Lutter was saying weeping willow trees. Said I'm trying to get some kind of look like that, but I should probably look up an actual. That's what makes it really hard with live streaming and building, because I really like to have images usually right in front of me that I can reference, and I can't see what you guys are saying if I'm doing that. And so I'm trying to go off my mind, and my mind is a terrible place. See, I want it to be more straight is my problem. And how is it? I feel like I'm in the same, nope, I'm not, I missed it, there it is. I gotta try and get it in the same holes. That way it should straighten out some. That's what I'm trying to do. Well, that's cool, Eccentric Bricks, building container homes out of Lego for a container company. My vehicle is not in the shop. I've had my vehicle back for 2 weeks. I am taking it back though here in a week because they finally got another part that they wanted to change on mine. And it needs to be taller if I'm going to do that one. So let's pull this back off too. Do this with that. You know what? I almost want a single. There we go. And let's go with this. I do want it to be kind of tall, you know? It would look better if it's taller. And now I want a 1x2. You know what? Let's try this piece. Mother Nature definitely has a lot of curves. You are absolutely right on that, Paul. She throws them constantly. Now let's see if I can put that on one of the leaves somewhere. Spin this out a bit more, or I'll just take it off. Now let's cut. Let's just do this. We'll pull that. Let's cut another little green piece. G. Jacobson says, hi Darrell, I sent you bad weather. We're getting snow in southern Arizona. Hey, there's nothing new about that here, buddy. It's just been one of those weird years. We have been getting a lot of screwy weather this year. I tell you what, it's making me want to leave Michigan because I am tired of all this snow. It's just been one of those years. And thank you so much, Eccentric Bricks. He says, hit that like button, guys. And again, I want to point out this tubing that I'm using, I do sell on my website. And that is bevansbricks.com. So we can do that. So I don't want to overdo it with these little pieces. That's why I'm trying to just do a few of them here and there. To put by the swamp. I'm still not sure if I'm liking it. I'm going to keep filling it in though, just to see, because I won't know unless I continue on. So that's got those. We can do another there. I thought I brought that whole bag. Or Anthony Peros has moved to London. You'll get rain instead. I don't mind rain if it's not flooding all the time. But I can see where that would be annoying also, because then it would be dreary all the time. So I do understand that. There, it fills that in a little. And we can put some of these, maybe, possibly, yes, like that. Let's get you, there we go. Again, I am going to continue to push myself forward on this one. Let's cut a couple more little pieces. Thank you, G. Jacobson. Like I said, I don't know if I'm even going to like it or not, but I'm pushing through and making myself do it. Starseed, hey, how you doing? Keystone Prods PA says, send the snow to PA. All we've been getting is ice this winter. You can have it, buddy. We're supposed to be getting some more snow starting tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. And so let's do a couple short. Let's take a few more leafy pieces. And let's shove them through. And we're going to just drop it through like that. Let's do that one. We'll do this one. And then we'll do this one. And we'll shove a few more pieces through the top. Bring that through just a little bit more. I hope I'm trying to make sure I keep everything I'm doing in camera here. And let's take a few more of these. think I can live with that. We'll leave that branch off. You know what? We're going to leave that branch off. Let's do a little more up top. I think the top fill would probably be better. But before I go top-wise, what I want to do is see if I can't put a little more fill right in there. And a little more right there. Because I want this to look very full. And let's do this. And then yeah, but I don't have any of that new piece that you're talking about in brown. That's where my problem is with that. But you are right, that is a great technique with that new clip piece. And we'll do that. Now let's do a couple more little stringy pieces. And let's go about yay long. 1, 2, we'll just do 2 on this one. I think that'll be enough. So we can go, let's see, let's take this guy, we'll go with this. And then we will take another one, straighten them out just a little bit. And thank you, Anthony, I appreciate that. That is a very common question, and people always ask, usually, then why does he go by Bevan's Bricks if his name is Daryl? And that's because I am proud of my last name. Before that gets asked. That is my family name. Part of that, and hey, Jeff Escobar, part of that too, though, is me being able to include my father in what I'm doing. Because without all his amazing teachings throughout my life, I would not be where I am today. Paul Bott said we are getting more sleet tonight, and then by Monday it'll be back in the 70s. Oh my God, dude, I am so tired of this weather. I guess at least I can say it's not just here that it's doing all that, though. But I am with you. I am the roller coaster is just freaking. It's nuts. It's overly nuts, to be honest. And let's pinch you down like that. Still not 100% sold on it, but I am still trying to run with it, guys. Let's get a plate. Let's put some more leafy greening. on this particular spot. And then I think we're going to try and call that a good tree and see how it looks next to the swamp. So that's what I'm trying to do, is get some swampy type looking, sort of speak, trees is my attempt here. So we'll do 2 more little stringy pieces, and those will be this long. Oop, and I still got a little writing on that one. Michael says, let the funny farm stuff begin. And G. Jacobson's, I like that. AKA Brick Ross, happy little trees. Fred Christie says 82. Yes, we have 82 in the chat, my friend. Janet Lutter said we had 33 mile an hour wind, or 33 degree wind chill yesterday and 27 below today. Jeez, oh Pete, man. And I'm going to second what Paul Bott said to you, R. Claxton. Shut up. Rubbing in the 82s. Really, dude? That's rude. How rude, as Paul would say. How rude. Thank you, Andrew Phillips. Need a few more curls to pull off the Bob Ross. And thank you, Bricklock. He says the tree looks good, though. That's kind of what I'm hoping. And like I said, I've never done this before. It was kind of an idea I had. And I thought, you know what, it kind of looked, maybe it kind of looked swampy is what I was hoping. And the more I fill it in, the better I think it's starting to look. So I'm kind of feeling it a little bit, but I'm still on the fence with it, I'll be perfectly honest. But that's why I said I'm going to push through, because it's hard to just, you know, tell an idea if it's going to pull through until you follow through, quite simply. And I want some happy little trees. And we'll do that. And then we're going to do this. I can get you up there. Get on there. Come on. There you go. Let's do... Unfortunately, I have still not found a good place for brown tubing. Once I do, though, I have some really freaking awesome ideas to use the brown tubing with. I have yet to find a supplier for it. And I'm thinking that maybe if I do that, I almost need some more stringies out here, is what I'm thinking. But yes, I have been, because you can buy Lego's brown tubing, but dude, Lego's tubing is so expensive. Typically it's, for the equivalent, because I sell my tubing, and mind you, I know it's not Lego, but it is a similar product to Lego. But I sell mine at $1 a foot, and for you to buy a foot of Lego tubing, official Lego tubing, which would be the L32, if I'm not mistaken, tube. Holy crap, man. That stuff is just wow price-wise. It's a big freaking ouch, to say the least. It's, if I'm not mistaken, it's like $250 if you buy those larger pieces like that. And that's why I like using this off-brand stuff that I found, because it's so much cheaper. Oh, yeah, that is a good idea. Yeah, use some tan to give it that bamboo look. Let's see if I tuck that way. That'll make that look a little more full. See, I'm not I'm not feeling, I almost feel like I need more tubes coming down. We'll leave that locked together for a minute though, and let's try and just lock a few more pieces on to kind of fill it in. Maybe that'll make us a little happier. I'm going to need a few more. Because this stuff is coiled up, it doesn't like to straighten out really super quickly. Over time though, it should start drooping a little more. Need a few more leafy pieces. Just trying to give it kind of a willow look because a lot of trees in the swampy areas have those long leaching pieces. And vines, I guess is what we'll call them. I don't know if I like it or not. Witch's hair is what Michael says. Freddie Christie says dangly bits. Oh, I don't know about that, Fred Christie. So far, I'm nowhere near making this full time. I wouldn't mind making YouTube a full-time gig, but so far from what I see, the revenue at my level, I'm nowhere near it. And that's why I made that one video talking about if I can't see some drastic improvements by the end of the year, I'm looking at just quitting altogether. Because as I tell a lot of people, I do work a full-time job while I'm trying to do this every day. And I'm older, so it is starting to get a little exhausting. And that's why I set my goals for the end of the year. I'm really hoping, because I'm going to Brick Fair, Virginia this year and displaying with Charm City Bricks. I'm really hoping that might open some doors or something for me. But we will see. I know I've done a lot of drastic changes to my channel, and I'm going to go back over to the studio, guys. So give me 1 second while I swap. I've done a lot of, what the heck? Oh crap, I don't have the tripod over there. Where did I put my tripod? Give me a minute while there it is. I gotta relocate the camera, guys. But no, like I was saying though, if I don't see some drastic changes, I am gonna end up dropping it just because it's trying to keep up the pace I've been doing. It's like beyond exhausting me. Working a full-time job and doing this all the time. And I do enjoy this, and I would love to keep it full-time, but I honestly, from my perspective and my size of a channel anyway, I don't know how people can do it as a full-time job. Except like I said in some previous videos, I do know that some people, because different countries and whatnot, you don't have a lot of the expenses, unfortunately, that you have here of medical insurance and things. And that is what a big problem for people like me anyway, is not having that freedom of having the government already take care of your health care. Here we have to buy it ourselves. But I will say I've noticed a huge increase in both, and I think I got the camera set up now, guys. I got a huge increase in some of the changes that I've made in views. Right back, studio. There, that's better. I've seen a huge increase in views. I've seen a big increase in my subscriber counts. So I feel like I'm finally heading in the right direction now, maybe. But it's really a pain. And trying to I don't have a lot of length here. I'm trying to get this a little closer so you guys have a little bit of a better idea. Yes, but Michael, part of the reason that I even started this was to try and make it kind of a job. And that's why, like I said though, if I can't meet my goals, I'm just gonna hang it up. But you're right, I do put a lot of pressures on myself, but it's because I had a certain goal that I was trying to do. And keep in mind too though, I've been doing this for 5 years now. So, oh my God, that's gonna be in the way of the train track. So it's not like this was something I just started. And I'm trying to decide if I like that. I like the tree, I think, but I don't think I like the tubing, guys. Rita was saying, what do I need to see to not quit my goal? I want to at least double my channel size, both in views, and really the subscriber count's not that important to me, it's the views that are important. If I can double my views, I would keep pushing. If not, what I would do is kind of basically just cut back until, you know, maybe post a video once in a while. And I'm trying to look at it on the camera too to see if I like how it looks from there. I might put I am thinking about a sports complex, but that'll be over by the airport. I don't know, what do you guys think about the tree? Angry Dragon, I'm looking forward to meeting a lot of you guys. I know you're gonna be there. I know Paul Bot's trying to come there. I know Kenneth Hoffman's gonna be there, or Kip Hoffman's gonna be there. Charm City Bricks is gonna be there. I'm supposed to meet up with M&R Bricks is gonna be there. So there's like so many people that I know I'm supposed to meet there. It actually is very exciting to me. Adam was saying, would I want to join the LAN? I tried to join the LAN and I was turned down from it. They never really gave me any reason. They just told me if I wanted to, I could try again later. The problem with a LAN is quite simply this. I feel like if I joined a LAN, then I would be kind of held up on my opinions. I don't know how true that is or not though. But I have heard other people that have been part of the LAN and didn't really care for it. And Paul Bott was saying there's never one of those, there's several of them, and my intention is to build a couple. But I'm just curious though, I mean, does that look like a good method to you guys? Is that, because I'm on the fence with this. I've never done it before. It was just a thought, it was an idea. Because anytime I see swampy areas, I see these trees with these long dangling things on them. And again, I'm just kind of curious if you guys think that tree is worthwhile. Art Claxton says, Paul Bott, I'm back. Michael says, I will be there. I'll be meeting Michael. I know John Garrett, I think, is another person that's supposed to be there. Michael says, me, pick me. Balabin Channel says, make the tree look like a tree. See, I don't have plane tickets. I'm driving everything there because I got to drive everything for the display. Angry Dragon says, I'm going to have a lot of fun and I'm going to want to go every year. That's kind of part of my intentions. If I enjoy it anyway, I'm going to start doing a lot more shows, or at least do that show every year. That's why I'm really excited to go. Jeff was saying, I love the realism in your builds, and please don't quit, Daryl, because that's being a quitter and your builds are the best. And without you on YouTube, everyone else won't have that chat. Like I said, though, it's a lot of it for me, Jeff. It's quite simply, it's eating me alive. I'm getting less and less time during the day anymore, and it's starting to show as far as my video output. I won't even have a video for tomorrow, to be honest. But part of the reasoning for that, and I do want to explain that, because I'm sure you guys are going to start noticing that my videos are getting less and less. It's because a lot of the videos I used to do, I just did videos to do videos, you know what I mean? And I'm not doing that anymore. If the video doesn't have a purpose, and if I can't make a little bit of a comedy to it and things of that nature, or at least make it an important video. I don't want to post it anymore. I don't want to just slap a video up like most people do. Hey Grunt says this is game. Steve says it looks great, and thank you, Steve. Benny Boy says, can you make a tip of the tips and tricks video for the beautiful landscape? And yes, I can do that at some point, Benny. And Lama Loaf says, where is everyone going to meet you? Brick Fair, Virginia. I'm going to be there for the show this year on August 6th and 7th. Gustav says the tree looks great. Michael says going to see you in DC. Rob says it looks like it will fit perfectly once you landscape around it. And I'm with you on the same thing, Craig. I'm on the fence with the tubing. That's why I said it. It was just a thought, but it's like Paul said, generally when you see trees like that, there's usually several of them, so. Angry Dragon says his friend just does videos twice a week now. Do I have an R2-D2 droid of my own, Balabin? No. Yes, I have a small one. I don't have a large one, though. Let me do something else, too, because I think, and mind you, I still have more landscaping to do around this. But I don't know if I'm, and I'm thinking like Paul was saying in the fact that I probably need more of the dangly things. Let me go grab a few more parts. But like I said, I'm not quitting yet, and I don't think I'll ever quit, but what it is I would quit doing the live streams and all that kind of stuff constantly. Because like I said, it eats a lot of my time, and I'm not getting the views and stuff, and I don't understand. To me, I'm doing something wrong is how I feel about it, because I'm not seeing the growth that I feel that I should be seeing with the channel. And I've been slowly trying to figure out what it is I'm doing wrong, and I have been desperately trying to make a lot of improvements on, where did I put those pieces? On a lot of the different things I do on my channel. And I am noticing some improvements, and that's why I gave myself a year to try and make everything go forward. And where? There they are. To my knowledge, where I'm going to be at, there's no subway. It's like maybe 1.5 miles from where I'm staying is where the show's at. No, this is not going to be that kind of an area because we put it by Privet Drive, which is Harry Potter's house. And by the way, if you guys are wondering, because Harry Potter's house is missing the second floor. And that is because the first floor instructions are now completed, and my son is working on the second floor, so he took it in the house with him because I told him he could. So I'm hoping maybe in a week I will be able to sell instructions for that particular build. And I'm just, mind you, I really want to do a better job around this, but I'm just trying to see if I did some of the landscaping and some of the fill work, if I'm going to like this or not. I'm just trying to give myself a little better idea on the appearance. Let me stand back. Absolutely, Rita Wilson. And that's why I don't, because one of my goals with my videos here lately, because that's one thing I have learned, is you really got to watch with videos, and that's why I said I've learned a lot here recently. One of the things I've learned, and this is why I think part of the reason why my channel wasn't growing, because again, I was just throwing videos out a lot of times just to put them out because I felt like I had to, I absolutely had to get a video out. And it shows because the watch time, when you start looking at your analytics and stuff, people are maybe, it would be like we'll say it was like a 6-minute video and people were watching like maybe 2 minutes of the video. And that's horrible for your statistics because then your video is not going to get suggested because people don't want to watch it because obviously they're not interested in the video to watch it. So one of the things I have learned is by looking at my analytics, I've learned things like I don't have an intro anymore. I don't have an outro anymore because those are things that people typically skip over. And something else that I did is anytime, because a lot of my videos, and mind you, I am still working on speech development. And what I mean by that is I have a lot of tics, I guess you could say, or oddities of the way that I speak. And I'm really learning how to try and clean up my public speaking. What I mean by that is a lot of times when I would do speaking, even when I did my live streams, I would do a lot of the stop, repeat, things like that over and over again. And I've learned different ways of trying to prevent myself from doing those types of things, whether it just be by taking a short pause before I say something and other tricks of that nature to try and help with a better speech path as well while I'm doing my videos. And I've also learned a lot more as far as the editing on how to cut some of that stuff out, because a lot of that stuff when you are editing, I should say, when I'm recording the video is what I meant to say. A lot of times if I notice that I've done something to where I don't like it and I don't want it in the video, I can sit there and I can make a couple takes, and then I can take the takes that I like and put them together. That way it's a more fluent sound, and then it's also a more fluent speech path when you're talking along. But again, the big focus was trying to get more view time, because without the view time you can't get recommendations. And I've noticed that since I've increased improved my speech, I've also increased or decreased the amount of nonsense that's in the videos. I'm more brief and to the point. My view time has gone up. The quality of the videos has gone up. The recommendations for the videos have gone up. And I'm seeing a lot of different improvements. Paul Bott was saying, I need a production manager and someone to help you around the barn. And that's another thing that a lot of people don't get. You bring up a very valid point though, Paul, because it would be great to have like a production team and things of that nature. But a lot of people don't get, I really only get maybe 2 hours a day that I can actually spend on working on Lego. And that is another thing that hinders as far as how much I get built, how much I can be able to do, where I'm able to focus my time and things of that nature. And that's why I've been trying to just like kind of live stream as I'm working, and I'm not really working right now. I'm kind of jacking my jaw, but let me build another one of these trees. So let me go back over to the build table, because I still don't know if I like that stuff. But anything, what I was trying to say is I think a lot of people think that I'm out here, 4 or 5 hours a day, and that's not the case. I work 8 to 10 hours a day. I drive 2 hours a day to go to work and to come home. I still have to eat. I spend time with my family. And then again, I come out here and I'm lucky if I get maybe 2 hours. So it makes it really hard to do and to create quality content that people would like to watch. But I have learned a lot from watching videos, reading books, doing research. I am a very stubborn person. Let me start with that particular statement. And when I say I'm a very stubborn person, what I mean is I'm the type of person when I start something, and unless I can get my goal, I generally don't quit, even if it kills me. And I don't want to overdo stuff, and that's why I've set my goal on my timeline and all that. Because I'm at a point where I am starting to feel overdone. And part of my goal was, when I originally started all this, part of my goal was to try and make this to where it was a job for me. For those that do not know, I'm an electrician by trade. I'm actually in management. And I'm really not that happy with my job anymore. I feel, I guess the best way I can put it is I feel like an adult babysitter being in a boss position. And there's really no way for me to back out of that position without quitting my job. So that was kind of my goal with the YouTube thing. But like I said, I don't feel that it's going to happen. And that's why I set the goals that I set. Paul Bott says he's going on 20 months. I'm sorry, I haven't read a lot of comments. Take care, Greg. Paul Bott says, well, it could help show up early and get things ready for you. So when you but see, that's where people don't get it either, Paul. I don't want anybody in my barn. This is my stuff, and I'm weird about that. I don't want anybody touching my stuff. I'm very weird about that. Michael says, then you're not going to quit. Usually, no. I'm tired, is like I said, what it boils down to. I'm very tired, and that's why I've kind of pulled back on a lot of things, and I've stopped trying to push to get the content out as quickly as I used to. I want to get the content out. It was kicking my butt, and that's why I've kind of slowed down on a lot of things. Fred was saying, okay, because it's ever the longest gets the job of production manager. I want to say Paul is probably, God, Paul, I want to say you might be my longest member. Or there was one person, oh no, you know what, Paul? I want to say maybe Bruce Kuhn was a month longer than you. The best set that I have, if I had to throw a set out there, that's a good question. So you're saying the best set, not my favorite set, the best set that I have. I like them all. There's not one that I have to say is my best. I used to always tell everybody my favorite set was the Cafe Corner, and the part of the reason that I would say that is because that's what got me into wanting to do city builds. My best set. Honestly, a lot of my favorite sets were Star Wars, and I still have a lot of them. I still have all of them. Still have a lot of them in the box, though. My best set. We'll say my Death Star. I have the Death Star that was the playability type set, and I think that's a really cool set. Despicable Me 2. Michael says I'm here for the duration, and I appreciate that, Michael. Absolutely, quality over quantity. I totally agree. Brick Kenny says I'm the same way. I don't like others touching my stuff either. And like I said, I will never, because I know people ask me this all the time, I will never have anybody come to my barn, period. End of story. I don't care how much people joke about it or ask about it. There will never be anybody in my barn except for me. And it's just because I am weird and I don't want people touching my stuff. But it's like I also tell a lot of people too, because a lot of the people that have asked to come here, it's generally because they want to bring their kids, and this is not a kid-friendly place. I know it's got Lego in it and all that kind of stuff, but the thing that a lot of people don't realize is a lot of the things in my barn are from when I was 8, 9, 10 years old. It's like I always tell everybody, this is my personal museum. This is my sanctuary. This is my safety zone, and I don't want anybody in it. Rick says being tired and management is usually mental exhaustion. And I have a lot of that. I try to focus on the good things, though, is what I try to do. But yes, absolutely, Rick. That's all I can say. Who is longer than you then, Paul? Yeah, and I'm sorry if this has become more of a complaint session, I guess. That was not my intention, and yes, it's my fortress of solitude. But yes, my energy levels have fallen, and I get a lot more irritated lately. No, I do not have a rash on that. But I get what you were saying. And Jeff says, I don't even like anybody looking at my stuff. I don't mind sharing my stuff and letting people look at it. That doesn't bother me because it brings me joy. Explaining some of the things when I say it brings me joy, because I get memories of from when I was a child, like with my comic books. I'll use them as an example. I remember going with my dad every single weekend it was a bookstore called Little Professor. And every weekend we had our little list of comics that we wanted to get, and we would look through the list and see what was coming, and it was a really good time. So I have a lot of really awesome memories with that. And then you go over here and I have things like, I have some of my old Star Wars toys, my old Star Wars puzzles. I have a lot of my old Hot Wheels cars and things of that nature. I have my kids' things from when they were growing up. My son broke his arm when he was in first grade. I have his cast. I have all my kids' hands that are, what do you call that? I want to call it a Sorry about that, guys. Thank you for yelling at me, though. Anyway, no, I always forget to, I didn't check the batteries today. I normally have been doing that lately, and I didn't check them today. Thank you for telling me, though. I do appreciate that. Oh, this is hilarious. Anyway, though, guys, it's 9:30 at night, and I am already exhausted from the day, so I do need to end the stream. Hopefully you can hear me now, and again, I apologize for that. I was supposed to check the batteries before I went live, and I forgot today. But anyway, though, guys, I do need to get off here, and I want to say that Brick Sargent was the only donator, but I still want to make sure he gets credit where credit is due. So I am going to run that beautiful bean footage, and again, I do apologize for that little sound blip. But let's give a very quick and very special thanks to Brick Sargent. Oh, and Eccentric Bricks. Thank you so much, both of you, and to welcome our new subscriber, James Buttonbush. Buttonbush. I hope I'm saying that right. That sounds bad. But anyway, though, I do got to go, guys. It's 9:30 at night, and 5 a.m. comes really early. So as always, thank you for coming to Bevan's Bricks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share below, and hopefully we'll see you next time on Bevan's Bricks. Take care, everybody, and I should be back on tomorrow night. God bless.